Hey everybody, I made a few of these bubble toys and I'm selling them on Etsy. One of the people that received one is saying they're having a little trouble getting it to spin steady and stuff. So I thought I'd make a little video, talk about it a bit. When they're brand new, the bubbles stick to the buckets here a little bit and it doesn't release them very well. That usually clears up in a few days. Also, you want to make sure that they're straight and the bubbles are going straight up to catch the buckets. It can be good to have, let's see here, like a control valve that you can adjust the rate of bubbles. If you go full speed, well, I guess it works either way. I like it going a little slower. There, about there. Obviously, algae, if you got a lot of algae or strings or plants, they can get caught in here. You can just kind of pull that out and strip it off with your fingernail. It's a little trickier here. Sometimes a knife might be necessary. The one in here has been running quite a long time. I've had to clean it many times. Surprisingly, actually giving it a good soak in vinegar and then rinsing it and using like a hard bristle toothbrush can really clean them up nice. And even after you put it back in for a couple days, they seem to continually get cleaner after using the vinegar on them. Of course, you want to rinse it really well before putting it back in. Let's see, what else? Make sure it's spinning freely. Sometimes they could have been maybe, like when I've cleaned that one, maybe I was a little too rough with it, and one of these got shifted this way or that way, and it wasn't spinning freely anymore. This one really spins nicely, but it just has to be loose because once it's in water, the dynamic is a little different. Also, in my tank, the filter, okay, well, the filter's the water's kind of coming in right here. If the water's coming in on this side, that can slow it down a bit, obviously. I just remembered one more thing. It can be better if this is lined up with one of the buckets. And you can kind of just, for the most part, a lot of the parts are just held in place other than the buckets by friction. So you can just kind of turn it a little bit and line it up, like so. So sometimes that works a little better. A couple more things real quick. Sometimes, well, on the first version, there's a little lip that you get when you 3D print that was catching the arm. And although on all the subsequent models, I did, remove the lips and do sanding, but a nail file could remove anything like that. Making sure there's a gap here. This little ring here is just to keep it so that it doesn't, slide off and get crooked and catch more. But, just making sure there's a little free space here on both sides so that that moves freely. After they run a while, depending on how fast you have the bubbles going, it could be useful to clear out the hole because algae and whatnot grows in there and sometimes it can kind of plug a bit. It also can be useful for cleaning out anything that might get stuck in between here or here. If you got any questions, post them below and I can answer them as best I can. For the person having trouble, let me know. Ideally it'll clear up in a few days. Thanks for watching. There's not a whole lot more to it. So anyway, thanks for watching.